Assalamu alaikum. Kindly make use of the chat box, inshallah. Let's head on to the day 12 of this Canva Mastery course. Alhamdulillah, 12 days have passed by so fast, right? We are almost heading on to the completion. Only 3 days are left by, right? Subhanallah. We are almost into the day 12th of this course, and Alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, by now, Alhamdulillah, we have studied so many things about graphic designing, right? So many various editing options, right? So, Alhamdulillah, let's quickly begin the day 12th of this course with the rectification of intentions. And let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Expecting barakah in our affairs. And come on, dear sisters and brothers, let's have a quick recap on day 11th of this course. Can you all just let me know what did we learn in yesterday's session? Anyone, please type in. Yes, it was all about the business sales flyers, the ads, and more, right? Banners, product, how are we going to place the product, photographies, and more. And also, I showed you how we can animate the things, right? Inshallah, that will be dealt with in today's session as well. So, Alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, some of the designs that we had done in yesterday's sessions were something like these, right? You all remember doing this together with me? So, these were some of the designs that we have created together, Alhamdulillah. Just look into these perfume collections with the color palettes, with the reflections, with a podium in hand, with a platform, with an AI generated image, a shoe sale banner, with blobs, with the cutouts. These were done with the blobs. Okay, this was something fruit juice kind of sale flyer. And this was something like big sale, super sale. If you wanted to write it, you could have written it in this manner using the comic backgrounds. Okay, come on, let's head on to the session today, inshallah. The same topics will be repeated, inshallah. It is the same topic. Again, we are going to head on to the business sale flyers, banners, ads, and also we are going to see the product photography as well as the animated ads. Okay, inshallah. So we are going to see different things today in today's session as well. Okay, so let's begin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Be ready with the two devices, dear sisters and brothers. We have to do it all together, inshallah. Come on. Let's quickly open up the same flyer that we were editing in yesterday's class. Okay. Okay, let's begin. The same flyer. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, this was so beautifully done, right? So some of it like these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 16 flyers were generated. Subhanallah. So just look into these designs, how beautifully we did it within 1 hour, right? So this was some of it that we had created together. And also, dear sisters and brothers, for these things, you can even have more substitutes. For example, okay, if I have taken something like this, okay, I could write some important aspects inside this. For example, if there's a big flash sale or something like that, you can just write it flash sale. You can create this stuff very beautifully. Just look into this design. Something like this you can put up in between flash sale, and something like you can also mention add a text box 50% off on all products if there is some flash sale going on in a supermarket or somewhere. You could do this very excellently off on all products. Something like this can be written. Okay, let me just maximize it, change the colors to white. Okay, I can even bold it up. Okay, something like this. And also you can add some flashy things if they want to add some announcement buttons. I can just write it announcement. Let's see if we get a mic like this. Some beautiful aspects with some beautiful aspects. Okay, this mic is good. I can just take it over and put it here. Flash sale. And then we can even give it a thunder look, lightning look. We call it as lightning itself. Lightning look. Lightning bolt you can give probably. Yeah, something like this can be given. Okay, this one. You can place this somewhere here. The colors can be changed later. Do not worry about the colors. First worry about the things keeping the thing over and making it seem so perfect. You can just flip it over, flip vertical, flip horizontal. Yes, something like this. And you can put it up very excellently. Okay, inshallah. So see, yeah, just within seconds we have generated one simple flyer. Okay. And also if you want to change the colors, you can go ahead with the stylizing. You can go ahead with the color palettes and change the colors very excellently. Fine. Okay. If you do not like this, you can even place it up in different formats. For example, just a moment, I'll show you with some of the steps, inshallah. Okay. Let's see if it goes well with some other colors. And then we'll settle down with this post and we'll just go ahead with some other one. Now, if it doesn't look good, you can just change this element. If this is not that perfect, so you can just go ahead with again the comic background, because yesterday the comic backgrounds were used for these things. Okay, and you can place over something like this above it, like this. Okay, and transparency you can reduce further and make sure you're aligning it a bit backwards, then backwards. You can even go ahead with send it to back. Okay, I think it's too back. So what we can do is for this one, we'll just assign it as a background. Replace background. Okay. This one we can just change the colors if it's okay, or else we can just do it in this way. Okay, come on, play with this backgrounds. You can create more such backgrounds. I'll show you with the more things. For example, this one background you want, you can place it here entirely on the screen. Above it, let me place some graphics, good graphics. Okay, go ahead and see some beautiful graphics. Example, this red if you want above it, and just place it like this, exactly aligned to the center, and transparency reduced. Just see here, it gave it an orangish look, right? So this way you can generate more such flyers. Or for example, I'll take few more. So see here, you can even add these stuffs as well, okay, into the designs and make sure you're creating a wonderful aspect of design. Okay, for example, I'll just add this too. Okay, done. This one I'll add it above or below or anywhere, wherever I wish to. I'll reduce its transparency. This way you can make sure you're having a beautiful background for your business flash sales or any sales, whichever you're going to create. Okay, inshallah. I'll just have a lessened up transparency. Now even I can play with the colors using this color palette. Okay, just see here. Can you just see that? Yes, with the color palettes I have been changing the colors and doing this stuff. This is done very easily, very excellently. Okay, make sure you're doing this all together. Now you can even grab some elements of the sales. You can just write sales and see some of the ideas that you can get ahead with the sales. Usually, your what we say, someone who gets to you, the client who wants things to be done by you itself. Like they want you to do, make sure that you write some beautiful top headings, top these ones, and then you can just write it. There's some sale if you want, you can write it exactly here. Okay, for this stuff you can even write some, or you can just write and search if you want big sale, or let's see what we have in store. Big sale, let's see if we have some. Yes, super sale, big sale, something like this also can be put up in the center, up to 50% off. Something like this can be given to your clients. Okay, so this was all about how to create beautiful backgrounds for single sales. Okay, any sales like this, single sales, whichever you're going to create. Okay. Okay, come on. We're going to create with the multi products now. Okay, multiple products, and we're going to create some beautiful banners together. Let's begin. Are you all ready? Start with a new page. At least 18 designs we have created together, dear sisters and brothers. Come on, let's head on. It's quite easy to create, right? By now, you all might have felt that these things are done so easily, right? Yes or no? Come on, let's head on. We are going to start to create multiple product banners. Okay. The very first topic that I want to take is about the um any store wherein, okay, let it be a store wherein we are going to sell the abayas and more, right? So for that we want multiple products to be put up, right? Multiple products to be put up in a flyer. So let's just begin. Bismillah. So what am I thinking of doing is when I'm thinking of graphically designing the things over fine. This is something like green color background has come here. So we'll just play with the colors. What am I thinking of is I want multiple colors here. So I'll just go ahead with the elements. I'll design all of the shapes by myself, fine. Shape, let me just go ahead with the shape. I'll take a shape. I'll design it myself. I want to make sure that this design has two different colors. Okay, let me design it with two different colors. Something like these. Okay, one above, one below, or whatever, whichever way you want, you can make sure you're doing this. Okay, okay. So this is two different colors. Later, you can change using the color palettes. Don't worry about the colors. You can play around with these colors very excellently with the color palettes. Fine. Okay, two different colors are done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll take this round shape. I want to put the products in hand, right? So I'll just add some different color so that any color. This is green color. Let it be green itself if it is. Okay, one round shape. Okay, I think that I want 2 to 3 products. How much ever products you want, you can add it. One product. I'll add the second product here with begin size. Okay, I'll add the third product here. Okay, if you want more, you can add more such. Okay, I was just thinking of 3 products now. Okay, I'll place the 3 products here. But before that, okay, 3 different shapes are taken. So for this 3 different shapes, I want 3 different frames, right? So we'll just go ahead with round frames. Okay, we'll make sure it is being placed exactly inside it. Or you can even give the border look for this frames, okay? Don't worry about that. Okay, I'll just place it something in this regard so that it looks good. Okay, and for the last one, we need it a bit bigger. Okay, just played with this shape, that's all. Okay, done. So now I'll add 3 different, what we say, products on the store. So I told you what is the topic is, nothing but I'm going to add um, abayas and more, right? It's a store wherein they are going to, what we say, they're going to sell the abayas and more. So we'll just write abaya and see if we have some good suggestions. We'll take one uh, abayas, okay? Okay. Usually this one women entrepreneurs have this what we say businesses on hand, and they are actually ask you to create the stuff. Okay, for example, I'll take one abaya stuff here, and second one I'll just go ahead and take something like khimar, something like whatever is put up here. I'll just grab it. Or else you just have to ask with your clients, get it finalized with your clients. Fine, make sure you're going to go ahead with the clients and finalizing the stuff. Okay. For example, if it is Nepal store and then one more, okay, 3. So make sure the combinations are same. So if it is black, let all of it be black. Okay. I don't prefer using the images of the people. So what I'll do is, okay, I'll just take this one. Okay. 3 different abaya products have been added. If you want more products, you have more products in hand here. Okay. Don't worry about the products. Fine. It's all present here. You can go ahead with whichever products you want. For example, this one. Okay, this one. Or make sure you're collecting these products from your clients. That's all. Okay, simply have arranged 3 different this one. Okay, you might not find this interesting, but with the colors you'll find it very excellently done. Okay, so for example, I'll just add a text box, or it's better to take the font combinations instead of going ahead with the text box, right? Okay, I'll just delete it. I don't want this. Okay, I'll take one beautiful something like this. Okay. Any what we say the name of the store you can write the name of the store. I'll just take this and group it up. Okay, I'll write it as the Abaya store. Okay, or any name. H is here. Okay, the Haya store. The Haya store. Okay, this looks very excellent. The Haya store. Colors you can change it later. Don't worry about the colors. Store. You can write it in same STORE. The Haya store. And do this along with me. Simple activities, dear sisters and brothers. Okay. Okay. If they have any, what we say, any logos, let's just take some logos kind of thing from the graphics. Okay, we'll just take this logo itself. Think that it's their logo. I'll just add it here. Fine. Simple, let it be white because match it up with the color of this Haya store. Okay, this is their logo and this is the Haya store that is put up here. Okay, now what more you can add to this, dear sisters and brothers? Okay, the products you can add. What are the products? Products at their store, right? So you can just write products at the store. Product at the store. At the store. Okay, you can make use of the labels there. You can make use of the labels there. For example, products at the store, I'll just write it here. Okay, make sure the fonts are very perfect. Okay, font selection of the fonts is all yours. Remember that font should be very excellently put up. Products at the store I've added, and now you can make use of some of the labels, or you can even go ahead. You can go ahead with the labels. Okay, labels label labels and add the product names inside each of the label. Fine. So if you want any good label, you can grab something like this. If you want colors, you can change later. One product you can write here. Second product you can write here. Okay, it's all up to you how you want to write it. Okay, 4 to 5 products. Whatever products you want to mention. Products at the store, for example, abaya, skimar, any new trending names if you have, you can write it. Okay, make sure this is put up very in a small manner. Like for example, you should not have a very bold kind of text. Okay, okay, this is perfect. You can write multiple products in single this one as well. Okay, something like this, abayas, skimars, or whatever. Something smaller. Yes, this is better to go with. Okay, if you want to shorten up this label, shorten it up, or take the different labels. Take the smaller label, something like these. Okay, something like these labels can go well, and shorten it up. And if you don't like this red label, you can change this color to black. You can write the products in this way. But yeah, it's all up to you. Fine. Like how well you want to maintain the things. I'll just duplicate this. Paste it here. Duplicate it, something like this. If you want to add more products, add more products. Okay, so this way you can add it, and whatever sales you are going to put up, dear sisters and brothers, you can add it. For example, and also now you have to even write this one, right? Do you remember writing this one? You can even make sure that this is going bigger, and you can just keep it over here. Okay, this label you can take, grab, and you can just place it here at the bottom, so that you will write the name of the store, where is its location, and more. Fine. Yes, doing this along with me. Let's see. Okay, when you just take this label, make sure you're giving it a good look. For example, some looks like the shadow look, glowed up look, so that it looks like it is being put upwards like this. Okay, outline if you want to give, or lifted up, curved, angles is not required, backdrop is not required. Drop kind of would be perfect, but make sure the angle would be at the top, so that we'll just get to the top version of this. Something like this, if you want, you can maintain. Okay. Now the colors, it's all up to you. Fine. Colors, you just can go ahead with the colors. And then again, if you have anything like limited edition are there here, limited edition abayas or something like that, you can even go ahead with limited edition. Limited offers are available or something like that, you can go ahead. Okay. Just look into this. Have some beautiful, okay, something like this if you want to maintain and put it here. Okay, you can put it. Okay, make sure it looks good. New products have arrived. Okay, something like bestseller, if it's put up there, you can even put it up here somewhere. For some products, if you want to put it like this, bestseller product, you can go ahead. Okay, rare editions are available, limited offer, limited edition sale. Okay, or best sale, if you want to grab something like these, dear sisters and brothers, you can, you can add this up exactly at the top of this one. Okay, best sale, you have to add this is, I'll show you how to add this. These ones you need to add it exactly like this from here from the top. Okay, it must be like this trail, it's coming up from the above. Okay, and even something like these ones, the new version and all, you can add it exactly at the top of this and like this. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. Come on, exclusive. If you want to add some stuff like this, exclusive sales, exclusive brands available or whatever. Okay, something like this. You can see big offer. If you want to write it somewhere here, you can write it. Okay, make sure you are following at the client, what we say, conditions, whatever they are going to put up, how they want the things to be considered. You can just write it. Or for example, any sale, I'll just write sale and see if you have some sale, good sale editions, big sales, good or anything. Okay, you can even go ahead with something like these ones, right? Like these ones, or something like select this ones, right? So make sure you're assigning it perfectly and perfectly to the point, right? So there, okay, alhamdulillah, we're done. So the locations to be added, we can just add it over here itself. Locations, the phone numbers and everything should be added over here. Make sure to add that, right? Location and phone number. If you want it further downwards, you can take it more downwards, right? Okay. If you want it a bit downwards, take it a bit downwards. And location somewhere here, you can write phone number if you want. You can just mention it here. Okay. Now, colorify this. See here how it looks now and how it looks after coloring it. Okay. Go ahead with the designing. Go ahead with the color palettes and just see here how beautifully you can change the colors, right? Yeah, beautifully you can change it up and make sure the design looks very excellent. See here, this one. This one looks too classy, right? You can go ahead with this one finalized version. You can now duplicate this. We are not yet done with the design, dear sisters and brothers. You have to add so much more steps to this, right? So I'll just duplicate this over and show you with some other colors as well. Purplish one. Here you just have to finalize something that you love. Thing like this also will go well, right? Okay, go ahead. Something that you love. Greenish if you want, any color you want, you can just go ahead with that, right? So it all looks good. Change the color, and then this way you can create it, fine. If you have more, come on, dear sisters and brothers, this is just simple one that I've showed you. I'll show you some more steps, inshallah. You love doing this together, inshallah. Let's go ahead. So this can be done with different colors as well. Same thing if you want to do it with any salon kind of feel, beauty salon or something like that. Same ways you can go ahead, but make sure the backgrounds are well aligned. For example, if you don't want the color palette kind of background, make sure you're having a beautiful, what we say, pink backgrounds or any background that you like. Okay, backgrounds. I just want, because if it, I just want it for the salon or something like that, I'll select a pink background, right? So we'll just go ahead and see. I'll take this one. No need of this. I think, okay, I'll take this one. No, I'll take something beautiful. Okay, this one is good. No, I wanted a good feel there. Okay, not even this. Go ahead with the photos. Photos are better than this one. Okay, I'll take the very first one. Photos are better, okay? So replace it with the background. Graphics, take the graphics. You can even add some stuffs like this to this. Okay. And it's something like pink beauty salon or something like that. So make sure you're adding the stuffs that go well with this design. Fine. So for example, this you can add. Example, this you can add. Okay. You can add even this, and what you can do is you can just lower its transparency. Okay, to give it a good look like this, more pinkish. Okay, some more stuffs you can add. Okay, for example, if you think of adding, because now it's a beauty salon or something like that, if you want, if you may think of adding some beauty salon kind of, what we say, things to this design, you can add it over. For example, I'll just go ahead and pick a salon. Okay, beauty salon. Okay, for a salon or a beauty parlor, whatever you think of, you can just mention here. Okay, whatever stuffs you want, you can just add it over here. For example, if you want to place this somewhere here or there. Okay, some stuffs to be added. For example, okay, somewhere here or there, and reduce its transparency. transparency lowered. Okay. And what more? So many stuffs that you can add. For example, this one somewhere here if you want to add. Okay. Even this butterfly would look good. Okay, butterflies. If you want to add somewhere here or there on the design, on the designing edge. Okay, this is called as designing, right? Hopefully you have understood the difference between designing, editing, and more till now, right? Because this is how you design the stuffs horizontally. Okay, we'll just place these things over here and there. That's all. Okay, we'll make sure we're doing this retouching later. Fine. Colors we can design it later. Find what more you can go ahead with. Something like okay, anything that you just wish to do. Okay, I can do it in men's edition as well. Okay, with blue color or something like that. Fine. Okay, we'll just go ahead with the text box. We'll take some like beautiful. We'll take this one itself because this looks good for me. I'll just add something like beauty salon. I'll ungroup all of this. Any name you can add. I'll just add beauty salon. Beauty salon. Okay. Colors later you can change or you can change it now itself if you want it more perfect. Okay, make sure to randomize it perfectly. Okay, beauty salon. This also looks good. Now we can add the what we say any other kind of products. For example, if they have some services, right? These are services that they offer actually. So you can even add what kind of services are there at their salon. For example, I'm not thinking of. Okay, for example, if you want to add these pictures, for example, you want to add this photo and then something like the salon photo first thing. Next is this one if you want nail drawing, and then if you want to add apply something like this beauty. Okay, 2 to 3 photos if you want to add in the frame. We'll just put this for then we'll just take some frames, beautiful frames. Let's go ahead with all. We'll just grab some beautiful frames, elements and frames. Okay, and the frames will whichever way you want. I usually prefer taking roundish itself. I'll take this round. I'll add this one here, one image here, and again another frame. I'll add this image here. I'll place it here. I'll add another frame. I'll place this image inside this. Okay, it's all up to you how you want to maintain this thing, how you want to put this thing into, or something like that, right? Okay, beauty salon. And even if you want to write what we say, any logo for them, any logo if you want to keep, you can even add it up with that, right? Beauty salon. Okay, for example, this one. Just place it somewhere here. Okay, this one is not preferable, but fine. Okay, I think center alignment would be better. Okay. Then this push-ups, if you want to add some bordering to this, bordering, make sure all the bordering would be same. 7 pt. Then the colors, if you want more pinkish, you can add dark pink, something like this, or at least whitish or something like this, light pinkish. Okay. And also, if you want to increase the border weight, 11. I'm thinking of giving 11 to all of it. Okay. Let it be 12 with the same pinkish color. Border weight 11 with same pinkish color. Come on, do these things along with me. These are very simple stuff that I have taught you. That's all. Or for example, now you want to place this above everything. You can do layer it up, bring to front. Okay, something like this you can mention. You want to place this behind, or for example, this image to be put inside this, right? That would be perfect. So I'll just detach this image, and also I'll detach this image. Detach this image. I'll place this inside this. This would be the view of the salon. Okay, something like this you can write. Okay, this looks good. Fine. Then whatever you can add is products about, I mean, the services you can write. Then something like that and more you can write. For example, you can take the shapes. Now you can just add beautiful, and the shapes you can just add something like Okay, I'll take this shape. I'll add it pinkish, or light pinkish or something like that. I'll change the color to something like this. Okay, you even can corner round it. You even can add the border weight like this. How many border weight was there? 11 was there, right? So I'll just take 11 itself throughout. And then you can even add the coloring to this border, something like this. And the color inside, let it be a bit darker. Okay, something like this you can add. Now, for you can just write the services provided inside the services provided at the store, or whatever you have. Like for example, if you have any discounts, any this one you can mention it here. Or for example, you want to um, write the location, and you can write it here. Okay, this is some examples how we can do these things around. Okay, come on, do these things. You have to make sure you're doing all of it, creating all of it to be able to feel like you have done it for almost all of the platforms. Okay, example, let's just place this over here again this way, something like this. And if you want some more things like for the salon, if you want some more elements, for example, now to place these elements, this element, if you want to place it, if you want to place this kind of element, place it here and there. Okay, make sure you're doing it so well so that it looks very perfect with the backgrounds or whatever you have grabbed up. For example, if you want to place this here, make sure you're rotating it further and aligning it and designing it perfectly. Okay, design perfectly, something like this, and adding it inside this a bit smaller. Yes, here with the Y being going here. I want it like Y to be written in that way. Okay, make it more creative. See here, Y with the Y, end of the Y. This has come here, and the salon, let it go a bit this side. Okay, see here. This looks perfect. Beauty salon. Okay. And now, dear sisters and brothers, you can even change the colors to this. Go ahead with the designing. Pinky should look perfect. Go ahead with the pink and see if the colorizing will go well with this pink one. If doesn't, then go ahead with some other colors. Fine, or else keep the same colors that you had already. Okay. If this doesn't look good, go ahead with the same colors. Okay. Second pink color. No. This is also imperfect colors because it's not well done. So we'll just go ahead with the same colors that we had selected beforehand, instead of using their colors using the color palette. Fine. Okay, you can just go back. Okay, done. Something like this you can just mention. And now everything is textual. You can add the textual content, products and or services, whatever. Okay. So hopefully you found this interesting. Now come on, dear sisters and brothers. We'll do one such for the tours and travels. Okay, tours and travels. Let's just go ahead with. I'm just thinking of adding the same stuff together. Let's go ahead. So let's begin. Okay. What am I thinking of? Tours and travels would be let it be about Umrah services or Hajj services, right? So Hajj tours and travels or something like that. So let's just go ahead with the naming or something like that. No, we'll just go ahead with first photos. So that we'll just arrange everything with the photos itself. We'll play with the photos and then we'll just arrange it perfectly. Okay. So the very first thing that I want to add is at this photos, right? The photo, a beautiful photo. So just take this photo itself. Let it be at the half of this picture. Okay, just simply, okay, I just want to put this here, that's all. Okay, the next thing, okay, if I want, I'll just put it up like this. Okay, next thing I can add few more photos. For example, I want to show where the trips being taken or something like that. Then I'll just make sure I want some more photos. So what I'll grab is I'll grab a photo of Mecca, one photo of Mecca, anyone from here you can grab. Then we'll take one Medina photo, was it the Nabawi? And then we'll just take any other photos, like if you want for the tours and travels or something like that, if they're visiting some places or something like that from there. The Mount Hera, if you want, you can take Arafah if you want, or whatever. We'll just choose something like this photo. Okay, let this be the photo. Okay, 3 photos are here. So again, now framing it up. Okay, now I just want to make the frames by myself, beautiful frames, inshallah. Let's do this together. So here now a bit more complication in frames. I'll just show you how you can more beautify your frames. Okay, one frame I'll select. I'll show you with this frame. See here, what am I trying to do with this frame? I'll take this frame. Okay, With this, I'll make sure I'll add one shape I have added. With this, I'll add one frame. Fine. Okay. Hopefully you loved it. Okay, you can even a bit smaller. You can give it a bit smaller look. Okay. Do this along with me. Come on. One frame of this one shape, one frame. And then with this, dear sisters and brothers, I want to add a photo. Okay, this photo is done. I've added it here. Now with this two things, I want to add something else to this. Okay, see here, I'll just group this up beforehand. Grouping it up, how to group this? One, click on select multiple, click on this image also, and you have to click on done and group it up. Fine, these two are grouped. Okay, now if you want to give it a look of a 3D or something like that, hopefully you know something called as drop shadow, right? Drop shadow. Just go ahead with the drop shadow and see how beautifully you can just generate these things. For example, if you want to place it something like this, or for example, I'll show you with the shadows, just a moment, inshallah. These things, okay, just see here. And add this kind of drop shadow feel, it actually looks so perfect with the screen. Just see here. Something like this, it will give you. If you want it more bigger, you can maintain it a bigger one. Something like this. Okay, just see here how beautifully you can turn it around. Something like this, you can make it, okay? If you want it to be more rotated or something like that, you can even make sure that is more rotated. Okay, now I'll just group this up so that I can duplicate it and use it further. So what I'll do, I'll just go ahead with the layering. So where is the layering? I can just select something and go ahead with positioning up, and there are layers. Okay, I'll just select one layer, for example this layer, and I want a multiple one. Select multiple one. Along with this, I'll select this drop shadow. Done. I'll just have this three things grouped up. Okay, so here it's grouped up. Now I've taken this here. I'll add it here, or anywhere, wherever you want. Okay, now I'll just duplicate this up. I'll place it somewhere here. Okay, I'll duplicate this up. I'll place it somewhere here. See how beautiful it looks. Now I'll just add this images inside this. See how beautiful you can do this. This image you can add. First will do one thing is I'll just bring it forward, layer it, bring to front. Okay. Okay. One important thing, dear sisters and brothers, is that that's grouped up. Okay. So it's difficult to put it inside this frame. So what we'll do, we'll just ungroup it, again ungroup it, and now we can bring it inside this frame. Okay. Okay, one important aspect is that it has this one here, so it's not getting inside it. Okay, just a moment, inshallah. Okay, now it has gotten inside it, and we'll just put it around over. Okay, make sure to align it perfectly like this. Okay, then again, ungroup is done. I'll just remove this drop shadow. We'll just put this up inside this, and then we'll just add this drop shadow here. Okay, just to lower our work, uh, we have used this technique. I mean, we have grouped and we have duplicated. That's all. Okay, something like this can be maintained. Or for example, this one looks somewhere from downwards, so we'll just keep it a bit upwards. Or we can even further reduce it up, something like this, and place it a bit downwards. Okay. Now you can just mention the tours and travels, whichever tours and travels is it. You can just mention that. For example, I'll take come on. You have so many different these ones. Okay, make sure you're using the stuffs that you love, right? Do not stick to something. Okay, I'll just take this one. Happy birthday is here. I'll take it, I'll put it up here, ungroup it up. Instead of this happy, I'll write the name. Anything, I will just write United. Okay, I'll just make it a bit bigger. And for this second one, I'll write it as Tours and Travels. TOU. Okay, not for this one. Make sure you're not doing with this. So this is called as typography. Hopefully you all know by now, right? Tours and Travels. Tours and Travels. Travels. Okay, this looks perfect. We'll just keep it here and now change the color to whichever you want. White color or the purplish color or something like this or whichever. Or if you want it with more effects, dear sisters and brothers, with the outline like this, then you can go ahead with the outline also. See here, now it looks perfect. So thickness of the outline, if you want to reduce it. But make sure you are having it with some beautiful colors. Fine. Okay, this green I have selected. For this, we'll select something. different if you wish to, or you can go ahead with the effects again. Neon if you want, you can apply. If you want a glitch, you can apply. For the neon, usually the white thing with intensity, just see here, intensity if you want to increase, you with the white you have to increase it, okay? Even if you want with that also, you can go ahead with. Tours and travels, I want it a bit upward, so I'll layer it up, bring to front, and this way, United Tours and Travels. This looks perfect. Fine. The next thing is the packages and all you have to mention. You can just design all of these things together. We'll just go ahead with the shapes and design the shapes beautifully. Fine. Shapes like this. You can take one shape, add it here, and send it backwards if you wish to. Okay. And write about the three packages, golden package, silver package, whatever if you want. Or else if you want to add some features here on the right side, some features like free accommodation, the accommodation is included, the travel is included, travel plans or something like that. If you want to write, you can write it all over. Duplicate it, place it here, duplicate, something like this. Or if you want more information about the tours and travel agency, you can just write it over here. If you want to put more such elements in the frame, you can add it. And now this is finalized. Textual content is all yours. You can now just go ahead with the designing, and color palettes is all yours. Change the color palettes and done. That's all you have to do. Let's look into the designs, how beautiful you can create the stuffs. And this is done. Change the colors to whatever you wish to. Just look into the design, dear sisters and brothers. This is self-created. This is the one that you have created yourself. So make sure you're doing this so perfectly, inshallah ta'ala. Do not worry. Even if you cannot, make sure you are doing it to the perfection, inshallah. With this color palettes in hands, you can change the colors so beautifully. Something like these. Or usually I think I prefer using this brownish fill because the image over there is over brownish. Or if you want the image colors, click on the image and go ahead with apply colors to the page. So see here with the image color has been put up here. Fine. Then if you want to again change it, apply colors to the page from the image. Okay. Again, apply colors to the page. Whichever will be applicable from the image, you can just go ahead with that one. Fine. This looks good. Go ahead with this one. Fine. Hopefully you have understood doing this. And I will just show you some of the beautiful backgrounds that you can create together. For example, if this is the frame, we can just add some stuffs like cutouts here and there and put a flash sale inside. For example, cutouts, you can write cutout, or you can even write something like tone things. Okay, tone. Just write tone and see. Tone. Okay, anything tone, you can just make sure you're adding those stuffs and creating the stuffs. Okay, something like this if you want. Okay, if you don't want it here, you can add it. Something like these ones. Okay, half tone here and half here if you want to give this feel like this. Okay, see here how beautiful it looks. You can add some images on this side. On that side, you can add something else. Or for example, you can go ahead with the frames also. Okay, tone frames you can take. Something like this frame you can take and you can add it here like this here. These frames you can add it in this way. And now the product you can add inside this, and the right side you can write about the product. Okay, this flash sale is going up. Any product, for example, I'll take some products like again abaya itself if I want. I'll just take umbrella itself. Okay, any products if you want. For example, okay, in this way if you want to add any product or any products like this for I mean services like this, or for example any what we say any t-shirt designing if you want. Apparel stores, for apparel store, let me just go ahead with apparel photos. Okay, something any what we say anything kind of like this if you want to add any t-shirts designs or something like that, you can add or something anything like that. In this way you can add it. Fine, this is just an idea that I'm giving you how we can go ahead with designing. Fine, so this way frames you can add, or else you can add this frames in this regard. Okay, okay, tone frames, those will look very excellent, the tone frame. Fine, tone frames. Okay, make sure you're using the things that are here. Okay, so make sure you're using the things that are here. Delete frame itself. Something like this you can keep and add something else inside this. This is something like tone feel it will give you. It will have a beautiful, what we say, beautiful a connection and an image that you are going to take. Fine. Okay. The next thing. Okay, I'm just thinking of adding a beautiful this to this itself. Okay, I'll just add one henna design of service flyer with this itself, with this design itself. So I'll just add this up here, and let me just go ahead with any henna design. Henna designs. Okay, usually when the appointments or something like that are called out, they usually put up their designs inside the frame. Right, you can even go ahead with something like this and add your designs inside this. Okay, or you can take some beautiful frames. Okay, images, delete image. You can even go ahead with working on the images. And let me just leave this as such because I want to show you that we have done this as well. Okay, the next page I'll just add something to the frame. For example, I'll add this one. I'll just put it up at the center. See here, you can even put one single product in the frame and then lower its opacity. And now we can work with this frame itself. Okay, for example, I can just go ahead with the textual content now. Any textual content. I usually prefer using one handwriting, one narrow font, something like that. Okay, so whatever you want. For example, you can ungroup this. I'll just write henna designs by. Okay, these are all the various product things that you will get in hand when you are going into the servicing, dear sisters and brothers. So I'm just selecting these topics. Okay, these are the topics that you will get because usually your audience would be Muslimah audience or the Muslim what we say apparel stores or something like that, right? So usually you will get this stuff in hand. So I've used the selected ones and started off with it. Okay, henna designs by anyone, by artist, anyone you can write. Or for example, if you want to go ahead with your own this one, you can even write appointments are available or something with this. I'll just write appointments here. Appointments available. See here, how I'm going to use this typography. Appointments, I want it a bit narrower. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just write in the fonts, narrow font. Okay, NARROW. Fine, narrow font. You have narrow fonts like this. Select some narrow font. Okay, vertical serif, narrow font. Select narrow fonts. Here, appointments. And for this one, I wanted handwriting. Okay, see here how beautifully you can select these stuffs. I'll take some beautiful handwritings. Okay, appointments for this one available. I'll just write it in the handwriting manner. Appointments available. Kindly do these things along with me because these are the stuffs you have to know beforehand before you're going to create something for your clients. Okay, because once you create all of these steps, dear sisters and brothers, you will get what we say the confidence to start. Okay, you will get the confidence to start because you have already created so many stuff together with me. You don't even have to worry for a second whether I can start servicing after this, what we say, after this course, right? So appointments available. Now you can add the labels. You can self-create the labels with the phone numbers and more. For example, you can just go ahead with adding this labels here. I'll just do some steps for you. Something like this. Try this along with me. Okay, majorly for these things, corner rounding and also one or 2 to 3 bit, something like this. If you want, I'll give you with some lightish color. No, let the color be the same, but the border be a bit lightish. Okay, and this border weight, let it be a bit smaller. Okay, something like this. Okay, I just still see here what am I trying to do with this. You can even use different stuffs. For example, usually in this appointments kind of thing, phone numbers and all are very important. I'll just say phone number. See, I'm going to create a label with this itself. Okay, with the phone number. See here, something like this you can create. Okay, this is self-created. You can self-create this logo labels along. So now the colorifying it, this color. I mean, I want a color from this one. So I think it's something like this. Yeah, it's something like this. Something like this you can choose. Now again, select multiple. This and this. Done. You just have to duplicate this around. Duplicate. Now we don't need the phone number. We need something else, right? So you can add the Instagram or this one wherein there what we say designs are put up, or if you want to give something like where you can find them, if any more information if you want to write, even the service can be provided at the home as well, or something like that if you want to write. If you don't want this, you can even mention their location. Make sure you take the round one, okay? Because for this one I have selected the round field or something like this. I'll add it here. See, and this way you can maintain our Instagram logo if you want. Instagram. Okay. Okay, now we are just done. Alhamdulillah, we are just done, dear sisters and brothers. We'll just take one last design, inshallah, if you wish to. Okay. Make sure you are having a round logo that looks more classy with these labels. Okay. Not, then settle down with this itself. Okay, colorify it further to something like this probably. And this was as well. Okay. So see here how beautifully we can create it with our own. And if you want the colorizing it, further colorizing it, you can go ahead and colorize it like this. Okay. Do not worry about the colors. You can use the color palettes in hand and create the stuffs beautifully. If you want more such designs to be put up, just go ahead and write henna over there, henna designs over there. And if you want any graphics, you can put the graphics around here and there to give it a feel like the henna feel. You see here? You can give a henna kind of flyer feel. Okay. Just look into the design how I'm creating it. Okay, this way you can maintain the what we say theme. Okay, don't go away from the theme. You must make sure that you're having a beautiful theme. Okay, if you want to make it smaller, give it a good look, right? And more, if you want more such things to be added like designs and more, you can add it over, fine. Okay, somewhere here if you want to add this inside this, you can add it over and make sure transparency is reduced. Upon it, if you want, you can write it something. Okay, so these are the stuffs that you all can imply whenever you're going to create some stuffs. Okay, so maintain what we say. Please maintain the background feel for the same designs, right? For example, if you want to add this, or if you want to add the photos of the designs itself, you can add it over, right? For example, photo of this design, if you want to add somewhere here, make sure you use a frame. That's all. Only the usage of the frame is required. Any frame, good frame. Make sure to use any good frame. See all? So many beautiful frames, something like this if you want, something like the stars ones if you want. You can use it and adjust it here. Fine. Wherever there is a space. Okay. If you don't like this frame, change the frame. Okay, change the frame. Delete it. Add some other frames. It's all in your hands, dear sisters and brothers. You can just do it so beautifully. Something like this frame, or whichever frame you want, you can select. Or this frame. And inside this, if you want to place this, give it a look like this, you can even do that, right? Okay. So these are some of the designs, alhamdulillah, that we have created together. So one last design together, inshallah. Okay, before we just complete, because we are going to go ahead with at the last topic, we are just animating this all of these flyers, and then we are creating ads out of it. Okay, so now one last thing I'll just add, if you are just getting the clients from the grocery delivery service or something like that, go ahead with something called as textual content. Simply you can just design this grocery. Okay, sorry, I just want a text box, simple text box. I'll take this one. Okay, Think that any supermarket has asked you to create a grocery delivery service wherein they are giving a 50% off on their grocery delivery charges. Okay, you can just write grocery, okay, delivery, and then we'll just clip it one above another, one below another, or whatever. Then we'll just have one more button with the service written on it. Service. Make sure all of these three are different fonts, okay? Because we want some beautiful fonts in the hand. We'll just take some narrow font that we had taken recently. Okay, let it be this one. Service. Okay, let this be in this card. We'll just place it somewhere here in between delivery service. Okay, then we can just have, what is it? Grocery delivery. You can just write delivery here and see delivery on what usually the grocery mart will make. It's usually based on this one, right? Two-wheelers. So we'll just grab one two-wheelers. Beautiful two-wheelers. Okay, let me just put this up here. Here. Grocery delivery service with this two-wheeler. Now, if you want, I'll just give it a good, beautiful platform downwards. Okay, so I'm thinking of giving a beautiful platform for this. So what I'll do is I'll just take some shapes. You can self-create the platforms. Take a shape, create a platform. A round platform you want, create a round platform itself. Okay, round platform. Let me just put it backwards. Send backwards. Layer, send to back. See here? I've created the platform also. Okay, now if I want for this platform a bit of shadow given, I'll give it a shadow, round shadow. Usually I call it drop shadow. We'll just see if we have shadows, round shadow. See, something like this. You can give it to this. Okay, make sure you're putting it behind so that it looks more classier. Colors later you can change, fine. Okay, a bit backwards I'll send it, fine. Sorry, it has gone out of this side. Okay, now it's fine. Something like this. And make sure it is sent backwards, layered backwards. Okay, I'll just layer it behind this. Okay, something like this. Okay, if you want to change this bike, you can change this to some other two-wheeler. Fine. Now we can just add few more steps to this, like you can add which supermarkets, which labels you can add. You can take more shapes. Okay, let's just go ahead with the shapes. Take this shape, add the shape here. I want to change the colors of this. Corner rounding, change the color to something blackish. Okay, add the supermarket name here. Which supermarket, not whatever, free delivery, fast delivery, efficient delivery, whatever, delivery kind of fields, whatever you want, free delivery. You can just write it. All the elements are present here. Okay, no worries about the stuff that are required. Free delivery. I'll just add it here. And then what more are here? What more stuffs are here? Free delivery, apart from free delivery. You can even go ahead with something like order now or safe delivery, faster delivery. Even you can see if there is some buttons for this faster delivery. Or you can just write, take the labels and write it. For example, this label itself you can grab and take it over here and write it. For example, you can write it as safe delivery, faster delivery, something like this if you want to, if you wish to. Okay, and order now, order now, order now. If you want, you can put this over, or if you want it in that rounded manner, you can select something like this. Order from our supermarket or order from our store or something like that. Okay, it's not yet colorified. See here how it looks before colorifying. Okay, I'll duplicate this itself. Now coloring it up. Just look into this design once it is colored. Okay, see here, this is how you can just maintain what we say excellent. See, when you just change the colors, grocery delivery service, I'll change the color to the same color. Okay, I wanted the first one, this one to match together. Delivery be at the center. Okay, you can even change the fonts also. For me, okay, even if you want to go ahead with this one, you can go ahead. Delivery, I want to put it a bit forward to this one. Okay, let it be. You can change that later. Okay, that's all your this one work. Inshallah, you can do this together afterwards as well. Okay, something like this I've selected. If you want to duplicate it, change the colors as you wish, as you want. It's all yours, your frame, your what we say design, created so beautifully. Okay, colors, 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 it's all yours. Okay, you just have to be more patient in selecting the colors. Fine. Okay, now Alhamdulillah, we are done with almost how many designs? 27 designs together, dear sisters and brothers. Okay, now one last this one, okay, last topic. So we are done with the product photography, we are done with the business sales, flyers, so also with the various topics we have learned, Alhamdulillah. Business, what we say, sales, flyers is done, advertisement flyers are also created, and everything is done. Now, for example, dear sisters and brothers, your client, you have just submitted it to them, they have taken this over and they have told you, no, please make an ad out of it and give me a animated video, and I just want to put it on my Instagram or Facebook or wherever ads I want. So how would you do that? Yes, how do you do that? Okay, in order to not lose this design, what am I doing is I'm duplicating this design. Okay, make a copy of this design in order to not lose your design. Okay, so I'll just go ahead with the copy of this design. I'll open the copy of this design. Now the copy of this design, now your client has asked to animate this design. They want the video of this design. How to create a video out of this design? Anyone please write in the chat box. Let's see how to create the video out of this design. Yes. How to create the video out of this design? You just have to animate it, right? Okay, click on any topic anywhere on the frame. Okay, go ahead with the button known as animate and make sure you're going ahead with the page animation. Fine. Under the page animation, go ahead with something like, okay, something whichever you want, you can just go ahead with that. Okay, you have so many beautiful ones. Tectonic, the tumble one is also looking good. The neon one, block kind of, photorize kind of, or photo zoom kind of, or photo flow kind of, storm kind of. Okay, baseline, pop it up, wipe kind of. Okay, this wipe looks good. You just have to apply for both. Speed, if you want to reduce, you can reduce. In animation and both for out animation, you can have this. Fine. Anyone, anything that you love. Fine. You can apply the same animation for entire designs if you want. See, your wipe once you have done, or for example, breathe if you have taken. Okay, and there is something like in and out. Yes, in and out. You can apply it for all pages. You know, you even have that feature somewhere below this. You can just go ahead and see on enter or both. Right, in this way you can apply. I'll just go ahead with the second design and see. Animate it for the entire page, corporate here. Apply to all pages is present here. You just have to click on that button. Apply to all pages. Fine. Now I'll just play it up and show it for you. See here, dear sisters and brothers, how well it is going, right? So in this way, you can animate the stuffs. You can just now you can just animate it, any design, 5 seconds if you want, any seconds you want, you can just give it to your clients. Now, for example, now your client will tell you to give it a voiceover. Please give it a voiceover. You have to give it your own voiceover. What you have to do is you just have to go to the apps and you just write text to speech. Okay, text to speech. Come on, do this along with me. Text to speech. Okay. You have hundreds of AI tools that are present here. You can just take one beautiful text to speech application and you can just write this text and you can change the text to speech. That's all. Okay. You will get a voice. You can add it to the design. For example, I'll just write it. Something, any big offer or something like that. Take 50% off today and something like that. And once it's done, you just have to create an audio. Okay. Within seconds, it will be created. Okay. Some apps will ask you to connect with them. For example, create the account on their site or something like that. Don't need of that. Leave from there. Go ahead with some other text to audio. See a text to audio. Go ahead with another application because you have hundreds of applications there. Go ahead with second one. Okay. Go ahead and just go ahead select the audio and then write your text. For example, a winter sale is app for coffee. It's a coffee time, and today you can just grab 50% off on the coffee products, or every day, or for next 30 days or something like that. Location you can just mention, and you can just to generate a voiceover. Within second, it will generate the voiceover. It's again asking you to connect. Make sure you're not going ahead with such apps which are asking you to connect. Okay. So you have so many apps. Voice Studio, yes, this one won't ask you to connect, right? Instead of this, there is a free quota in the Voice Studio. You can just go ahead with that. Fine, you just make sure you're using the steps again and again. You just have to go and see what will go well with your text to speech. You can just go ahead with that. Fine, because you have text to speech, so many text to speech applications here. Fine. And then, dear sisters and brothers, you can just add that audio and you can just play it around and send it as an MP3. Hopefully, you know that, right? Save as MP4 video. Not all pages. Make sure only single page. For whoever client you're sending, page 1 is being sent. That's all. Download it as a video. That's all. Within seconds, the video is downloaded. You can just share it with them. One last topic for today's session, dear sisters and brothers, is banner creation. How to create a banner. Now your client has come to you and he has asked you, this coffee time, coffee sales, blah, blah, flyer that you have created, I want to put it up as a banner. Okay, I want to put it up as a banner. How to make it as a banner, dear sisters and brothers? Listen very carefully. You have to have the size of the what we say, the wall of the what we say, the store, the coffee cafe or something like that. Fine. Anywhere, whatever they want to put their banners onto, you want to have the size of that wall. Fine. So they'll give you the size. For example, they'll tell you that you have to create the same flyer for the wall that is having a 5 feet or something like that. Fine. So for inches, they'll give you in the inches. If they will give you in the feet, convert it to the inches. Fine. Go to the resize button. Okay. There is something called as custom size. Okay. Custom size. And make sure you are selecting inches because it's the top thing in that. Inches. Ask with your client how many inches. If they don't tell you the inches, ask them how many inches or how many feet you want. Okay, how many feet you want. They'll usually tell that 5 feet tall wall is here, and the how many width, for example, 3 feet width wall is there, 3 feet, and 3 by 5 or 5 by 3, something like that. So what you have to do, you have to convert the feet into inches. Fine. For example, 36 inches width and 50 inches height is there. Fine. So you just have to, or for example, height, let it be height be small. So I'll just give you something like 20 height. Okay, something like this. Okay, this design was something in this way. Now you want to create the same thing into something else. So now just see here how am I going to deal with this. I don't want to entire all pages. I just want page number 1. Okay, done. Copy and resize. Within seconds, you will be able to resize this entire design. Fine. Okay, but you have to make some changes in that. See here, once you are done, they'll take you to the pages. You just open it. Okay, now you have to just make some changes in this design. Now the design has come into the form of a banner. Okay, now you just have to make some changes. What I'll do is I'll just place it here. See here, we have even created the banner now. Winter sale. Why is this banner used? This banner is going to be used for coffee time. Okay, this has taken entirety, so we'll just reduce it up to only this much. Okay. See how beautifully we are doing it. Within seconds, you can do that. You don't have to recreate all the steps. All the steps will be present as such. You just have to make sure that simple, this is done. Okay, this one, what I'll do, I'll apply it for the entire wall this side. Okay, we'll just apply this coffee mug here and this one over this side so that it feels like this is a separate wall. Make sure this is perfectly rotated. Add it over like this. Okay, coffee cafe, ABC, location, just increasing it in size and selecting and keeping it in the format of things that you love. Take 50% off or today or whatever colors you want to change. White color, 50% off today. Okay, or if you want to place it here, make it blackish. Okay, something like this. See here, banner is created within seconds. Same out of the same flyer that we had, we just created a banner and we are done. See, with one banner is done. Okay, if you want to make sure that this is smaller, make sure it is more smaller. That's all. Okay, hopefully you are loving the things that we are creating together, inshallah. So, alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, we are done with today's session. We are done with all the topics, the business sales, banners, the ads creation, animated ad creation, and everything. Banners, how to create. I even have taught you all even that topic, dear sisters and brothers. Make sure you're utilizing every opportunity, everything that is being put up here, and also, inshallah, after this, whenever you're going to provide the services, you will be able to know how beautifully we have created these stuffs, and you will be able to remember these stuffs, inshallah. So make sure you're doing it all together with me, inshallah. So jazakumullah khairan kaseera. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Take care of yourselves, inshallah. See you all in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow would be another session wherein we are going to start off with some other some other flyers, and inshallah the last two sessions would be entirely video editing, because inshallah video editing will be taught in the sessions wherein you are going to edit the videos, excellent videos with the AI, using the AI as well, inshallah. So tune in, inshallah. Last 3 days, make sure you attend all of this last 3 days with with a high spirit, inshallah, to learn more. So jazakumullah khairan kaseera. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.